And we're already live. Hey, this is Terry B coming at you with Business Growth Time. And I was just thinking about the E for
Oh
Janet E.
boy, you're already making me
Johnson.
crack up.
And yeah, it made me laugh. So let me introduce my good friend, lovely and talented co-host for Business Growth Time, Janet E. Johnson, where today the E stands for Ever Ready. And I was thinking batteries, but
Oh,
it's just that, and then I'm perverted. It just made me giggle, and I'm sorry. So you're ever
he's like laughing, crying practically before we even start the show.
it just sometimes
It's
I
like a good blooper, right here, the blooper reel.
when in doubt, start your show with a blooper. That really draws them in, Janet Johnson, because they're ever ready for a good time. Who isn't?
Ever ready. I'm picturing, sorry, I'm not picturing the same as you, but I'm picturing the pink little bunny rabbit, and it's Easter time, so there you go. An E, another E
Oh,
word.
the Energizer. I could have
Yes,
Energizer.
Energizer, yes, exactly.
Which is another battery brand, which is funny because,
Yep.
well, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to power Ernie up. So this battery talk is really kind of good to go. So today we're going to talk about lead generation. And so
Mm-hmm.
now we're powering up lead generation, and it all just kind of ties together. And I love it when it happens like that. Because, we had a whole different show planned as of 2 days ago, and now we're doing this instead.
That's how we roll with it, and we always have content to talk about. I mean, that's not difficult for us, definitely.
That's true. That's what we were talking about pre-show was like, oh, hey, this isn't going to work and I need 20 minutes to fill in. I know. I'll just talk. It'll be easy.
Well, it's funny because Terry and I can get to talking. We were talking before the show, and I was just kind of giving him some ideas and some different things, and he's like, I go, maybe we should be recording,
That's right. We were planning on recording. We had this whole thing on productivity and getting things done. When we started
Yep.
talking about these lead generation ideas, and I was like, hey, I could maybe use that. I can't
Mm-hmm.
use that. I could use that. Wait a second. Everybody could use that. Let's go. Let's talk. How come E is never everybody? Why can't you be Janet Everybody Johnson?
Everybody. Well, everybody or everywhere. I like that one too.
Oh, everywhere. That's
Oh,
good.
we're using up a lot of E's
Yeah,
today.
listen.
We got to stop because Terry's going to have the E's for future.
I told you I cleaned up my office. I have this huge dictionary. I bet there's a lot of E words in there. They're coming, kids.
Who opens a dictionary? Okay, we're on another tangent. You're going to keep that thing, huh?
It
I'm
came
going
with
to
the
Google
house.
now.
It came with the house. You know what? I'm going to grab it just because.
Oh, that's great. We're going to get to the lead gen here soon. In a second. I don't know. Terry started out the show.
Johnson, you do not get rid of a dictionary that looks like this.
For those of you listening, this thing is like bigger than Terry's head.
I had to actually bend down and use my legs to pick this sucker up, man.
Yeah, that would make a good booster seat too.
It would. I could reach things off the top shelf. I don't care if your ceilings are 14 feet high. It's not just. And it's full. It's not just, there's a lot of shit.
Unbelievable. That is quite the dictionary.
I'm going to look at just the index at the back of it's 376 pages long. So, yeah, I don't know. How do you get rid of this thing?
Open it up to an E. And just pick a word.
Just pick a random E?
Yep. Let's just do it for fun. I'm scared.
So I just out of dumb luck, I picked up the first page. The first one was engineer, and the last one was enhalo. ENHALO.
What's the meaning of enhalo?
To provide with a halo.
Okay. Well, we're going to be in Halo teaching lead gen today.
That's awesome. That is.
Terry will never run out of E words.
I found that it came with the house, people. I'm just telling you. So I'm looking up. I'm in page X here. I guess it's not really page X, but I'm in the X's. It's 2,000 pages just to get to the Z's. And then there's a whole bunch of indices and world populations and other stuff. Granted, I think it said the Earth had like 1.8 billion people on it because it's pretty old. I'm kidding. But it's this thing is.
That is great. Well, and here's
legit.
the thing. That is a very old school type thing, like the yellow pages and all that. That's not what we're going to be teaching today. Lead generation is new. We're going to go with the new methods of getting lead gen.
Tangled. Yeah, hopefully people are still listening after all after all the diversion so far. So it's this is what you get on a show like this. Sometimes you got to go a little bit of.
We got to be random once in a while. It's good stuff. Good stuff. That was great. All right. So we like to have fun here. We got to have a little fun. But we do want to get into the lead gen because there are some good tips that we were just discussing, Terry and I, before we started the show. So let's talk the first one. The first one we were talking about was by lead gen through groups, Facebook groups.
This is an interesting tip and tactic, right? What was the gentleman's name, Darren Halpern, that you mentioned?
Yep.
Oh.
Darren Halpern, he's a pretty big name, so I'm sure many of you have heard of him. I also saw this method done by Sunny, I don't know her last name, I can't think of it right now, but we'll put it in the notes. She does a lot with video and YouTube. So she did a launch also that I heard a case study about how they built theirs, and they literally did all their advertising, all the marketing to build a very, very engaged Facebook group.
Okay.
And then what they did, and Darren, well, let's talk about his too. He actually did a sales page challenge, which, many of us, I think probably 90+% of us, need sales pages to convert to sales, no matter what type of business it is. Really doesn't matter what type of business. And I actually listened to some of his stuff. It was very, very good. I mean, literally, I want to redo my whole website with different sales pages depending on what options are, because no matter what, if it's consulting, if it's, to get big clients, it doesn't matter. You got to have that sales page piece. So he was teaching all about that, and he did it by doing a free challenge inside a group.
Let's back up one level of abstraction, because there's possibility that some people don't have a sales page. In fact, I would suggest a lot of people don't have a sales page.
But you have a contact page on your website, probably.
Yep, they have a contact page. They probably have an About Us page, right? And they probably may even have some testimonial pages. But what separates and what makes a sales page unique? Let's talk about some of the characteristics of that.
Well, he was teaching the details about it. You really are specific to that one offer. When you have this About Us, what is it telling anybody? Do they have a clue what the price is? Do they have a clue? Or sorry, not About Us. I meant the form that they fill out for more information. I mean, how many? Okay, let's ask you this, Terry. When's the last time somebody actually filled out that form? I
refuse to put that on, right?
How are they going to convert?
They don't. I'm a horrible example, so we should have known that. But the idea of having a Contact Us page, to me, and then you go to the Contact Us page, and then you have to put in your information. Screw you. I want to know how to contact you, because that's what the page said I was going to be able to do. Now, what you're asking me to do is have you contact me. That's not what I'm looking for. I want your phone number. I want an email address. I want to be able to contact you. Because that's what the page says I could do. So then maybe I'm just semantics based, but.
Well, and you could set up a sales page that kind of gears to that, but then you need some information from them. I mean, the only way to connect is, by them and think about it. I mean, for me, I don't want to get just tons of unqualified leads filling out this contact form, so you want to kind of qualify them ahead of time. And that's part of what the sales page does. The sales
It
lion.
disqualifies them technically, right? They read
Yes.
through it and they're like, yeah, that's not me. That's not what I'm looking
Yep.
for. And they bounce.
Yep.
And people freak out about that bounce. That bounce can be the best thing ever.
Yeah, I agree. And, and putting prices on your, I don't, unless it's my courses, but honestly, putting prices is suggested, but it's something that 90+% of us don't do too, especially because we say, oh, well, we have to talk to them first. We have to, blah, 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 blah. So there's a lot of pieces with the sale that he went into, but I didn't buy the online course, so I'm not the, but I definitely I've been working hard on a sales page of my own right now. And, had a mastermind group picking it apart, and every time I turn around, I have to redo this piece and this piece and this piece. So it's not easy to do, and that's just for one course. But I do, talking about the lead gen, that is a piece of your lead gen. But what Darren did was he built this group, and I'm sure Sunny did the same thing. Wasn't part of her group, but built this group based on Facebook advertising and his email list. So he brought them in to one place. And I haven't looked recently on what number he has in that, because I am part of that group, in the sales page group, but it was thousands upon thousands. He got quite a few, but he also has probably one of the biggest lists out there, email lists already. But I see his ads, and he's doing the retargeting, all the different pieces. But the first part is totally free. Then he offered a free webinar. Okay, so you're putting a piece in front of the free webinar versus just going straight to the webinar. I'm doing a webinar soon, and when the people hear the recording, it will be past. But with that, I'm doing a Facebook ads directly to the webinar. He's putting a piece in there where it's building free content, giving value in a group. It's another layer.
And he's providing the content in the group, or the group is providing the content in the group?
He's providing the content in the group, adding value, but it's a challenge. So one of the first challenges I remember, so I got busy and didn't follow along very well, but one was, three items to have on your sales page, blah, blah, blah. Put it below. The challenge is holding people accountable. So people were commenting with their sales page, with their, so basically it was very, very engaging. And then he said, join me for my webinar. And I did sit through the webinar, and it was very good. It was very, very good. I mean, it's a great piece. It's not an area that I'm looking to invest in at the moment. And, then he converted to a 3-tier sales level, and he had a giant long form sales page. And, it was a more expensive program. But that's probably the best way to convert people to a more expensive program, is layering it.
I like that, right? Because you're giving them a lot of different tastes, a lot of different options to see who you are and
Yes.
what you're like and what that content is, and you're giving them a lot of what they can expect. It always trips me out a little bit, though, because I look at these things and go, wow, you're giving this and this and this and this and this. What are you holding back? And when I'm writing you a check for this, what am I going to learn that I didn't already get enough of? That's a dangerous part when you're the offer giver. Receiver for someone.
In all honesty, it is. Amy Porterfield has taught this many times. Lewis Howell, all those guys, and they give pretty much just as much in their free as they give in their programs. But the difference is it's organized, it's in a place, you have the support, you have the, you paid money for it. And it is a known fact, if you pay money for something, you will pay more attention to it. And the more money you pay, I mean, I've dropped money on a $47 product, $97 product, whatever, and there's been ones I haven't even opened. But if you pay more money, when I spent $5,000 on somebody, you bet my ass was in the seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, Janet Johnson just swore on business.
We're talking about spending $5,000.
I don't know if that's happened before, Mark. Most impressive, Janet E. Johnson. Well, and you know what? We were talking about this earlier. One of the keys, especially for people that are doing these programs and people that are taking them, is the accountability factor.
Yes.
Right. And so making sure that there's some level of follow up. So I like that. And that's one of the things that these programs offer too, is they, no one can make you do anything, but they certainly can check in with you and push you enough.
Sorry.
Yes.
I'm having issues with my microphone.
If it's
good. Okay. My ear thing has been going in and out. Are you?
You're fine. So it's
not the mic, sorry, it's the headset, and I think it's actually in my computer issues. But okay, it works now. So okay, so we're talking about the funnel with a group. Okay, that's the lead gen with a group. And if you're going to have a higher priced offer in the end, that might be the way to go. Now, the downfall to this is it is more work. It's more work. B, more money up front, potentially, if you're doing Facebook ads, without the return quickly. If that, because you are having to build this free audience. So you need a budget, and it's a longer term, but the return could be bigger. But it will be more of an investment up front.
Right, because the people that are in that group came in, they paid for nothing, right? Yep. Nothing, but you paid for them to get there. And they're there, and they're riding along, and they're checking out, and you're pumping energy and effort and time, and you're probably sponsoring some of the posts that are going in to draw more people. And it might could be a 3 to 6 month process, really, even.
His was only, and actually it could be a couple, it depends on how fast your growth is. Darren's got such a giant following that his was only under 30 days. But
it was under 30 days.
Yeah, okay. It was quick, very, very quick.
But you said really thousands of people.
Darren's got a giant team and, to help, so it's a little bit different process, but yeah.
I'd like to give a shout out to his cousins, Dan and Heidi Halpern, who are people that Janet and I went to high school with and probably don't know who Darren Halpern is, but I just want to.
Exactly. He was actually in my photo. I don't know if you remember at Lead Pages event, my Lead Pages event, I had a picture with a guy on each side. He was one of them.
As opposed to all the other events where you get a picture with a guy on each side. Yeah. Oh, let me guess. He was the tall, handsome fella.
No, they were actually short. They were making jokes about how short they were. So,
okay. So he was the short troll-like fella. No. Just kidding.
Funny. We'll have to put the picture. There you go. We'll put the picture.
We'll put the picture up. That's
there you
great.
go.
Then,
okay, so we want to talk about, that was the group lead gen funnel. So that was a little bit longer. Now we'll talk next about just the direct webinar funnel, and we'll teach you a lesson on Janet's dollar. There you go. Because I am spending money right now, and I'm testing things. And I actually have been through, as we've maybe discussed here, I've been through lots and lots and lots and lots of Facebook ad training, but it changes all the time. When you think this is working, suddenly this is working. It changes all the time. The best conversion had been for, if you want a complete registration, that is the goal. So not just having them traffic to your website, but literally tracking. You have to put the tracking on the thank you page, tracking how many truly came through for a conversion, for a full conversion, signed up. So I'm right now doing a webinar sign up for a free webinar. This is a lead gen funnel, and then I will have an offer at the end of this. And I do have a group with it, holding people accountable and a challenge and all that. But this is my lead gen funnel. So it just goes add, then they're on my email list. Then they'll go to the free webinar. Then, some will convert to a sale. But now they're on my email list for future things too. So it's a great way to build an email list too. But we did side-by-side tests. Right now I've been doing different testing. And in the past, a graphic for a conversion, a graphic worked the best. It was the least price and converted better. Well, and we know video is great with Facebook, we've talked about this over and over again, but the key is video tends to be great for impressions, for reach, for showing up in front of, for people engaging, that kind of thing. But to actually convert over to do something on a separate website, video has been known to be pretty low. Well, I've tested side by side at this point, and right now it is about half the cost for the video versus the graphics.
Wow. And the conversion's the same? People are taking the same amount of action, whether they're looking at video or graphic?
Yep. It's just converting better with video. Now, there's two things that I will point out. One is the video is square. So square video has been known to convert better. Number two, the video has key points about video, because that's what my webinar will be about, is Facebook video. It has key points on it, and it has testimonials. So people standing up talking about how much they got out of my seminar that I had spoken. So there could be pieces of that where they're like, okay, she knows her stuff, so we're going to sign up.
I'll tell you, the power of the third-party endorsement is so incredible, and that's a piece that a lot of people miss, right?
I know.
If I stand here and tell you how great I am, it's a sales pitch. But if someone you know, or even someone that you don't know, stands and says how great someone is, it's probably the truth, right? And there's a big gap.
Helps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We can all go, oh yeah, yeah, I agree. So that could, the type of video, being that it's square, being that it's customer testimonials, could be helping that conversion. I don't know.
Square video. That's a whole different conversation. But, okay. And
hopefully they're on my webinar, because that will be talked about. It will be discussed. But
is there a difference? Do you have more than one graphic and more than one video, or is it one graphic versus one video that we're talking about right now?
Yeah. No, my sound went out again. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I've been here.
Keep talking.
I'll keep talking.
Hold on.
You know what? I've got these melodious tones that Ernie likes to listen to. It just makes it easy.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, she's like, shut up now. I'm back.
Wow. It's something with my connection. Hang on.
It's probably your cat. Have you given any thought to that? Maybe it was a cat. No.
Okay, I'm not touching anything. Hold on. Okay, good. It's actually the connection, and hopefully it's the headset, not the connection in my computer. But
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get new earbuds.
Yeah, exactly. I could do that, but yeah, the computer, it would be a pain. All right, so we finished that, and yes, okay, to answer your question, I tested a ton of graphics, tested different ad copy too, and I tested a couple ad copies with the video, but I've only done this one video.
Okay.
Like I haven't tested other videos or anything like that.
So it's entirely possible.
I didn't really expect it to convert as good as it was.
It's possible that this video is just particularly awesome.
It could.
Right. That is possible that the video is just fantastic. Okay.
And we're targeting the right audience too. I mean, some of the conversions have been targeting video viewers of my other things.
Targeting video viewers of your videos.
Yeah.
So you're reaching out to the fan base.
Exactly. So that's one target, but I actually have a cold audience that's converting very well too. That's never seen anything before.
I like that Facebook group idea. When I delivered the first social media presentation around here back in like 2008 with Charlie, we had the 9 hard, fast rules of social media, and they're still absolutely applicable today. But I think it was rule number 5. It might have been rule number 6, was build your network before you need it. Right. And so you think about how that translates in today's world. Build your audience before you plan to sell to it. So what you're talking about by retargeting people that have already liked your other stuff, what Darren Halpern's doing about bringing this group in and creating a group, build it before you need it. And I think that's such a valuable point.
And that's what email list building is huge still to this day. We all want them on our email list, but you know what? They're much more likely to join a group than to put their name and email in.
Absolutely.
So that's something to think about too. And the next phase of ads for Facebook will be groups. So there's a preempt to the groups.
Ooh, it's like dramatic foreshadowing. I like it.
All right, last thing that we discussed, and we're just kind of going through the items that Terry and I were just chatting about before this, but this was another one, and I'll have to give Dennis you the credit. We talked a little bit about this on the other show when we talked about social media marketing world, but it's basically using your videos or graphics. It could just be a graphic, but I always push the video side of things to get in front of PR. So for PR purposes. And now they have many drop downs that you are able to target for audiences, for interests on Facebook. And one that you can now do is employers at companies. So if you're trying to get in front of, let's use yours for an example, Terry, in front of cruise lines. Well, now you can put employers of those cruise lines. You could even go as far as doing employers of certain things that are Facebook admins. Because think about it.
Really?
Think about it. If they're a Facebook admin, well, A, they're going to be on, and B, they're looking for content to potentially share on their page. So if you could get in front of, like for instance, Dennis had done BuzzFeed. So they did a video, targeted BuzzFeed, and then BuzzFeed picked it up, and then he built on top of that. So that's kind of what you're talking about. But PR now can start really moving to Facebook and Facebook ads.
Well, and with your ability to, if you know who you're going after, and they, you know darn well they're on Facebook, right? The 85% of the population that you're looking to reach is on Facebook.
And you could go to Instagram too, so you could be on both.
You can transfer. Okay,
Yeah.
That's good to know. That makes it real easy. And realistically, it's just a series of toggles and drop downs, right? It's you plug in the information, and Facebook kind of makes it happen for you, right? Setting up that targeted Facebook ads, pretty simple is my point.
Yeah, and it's just all about testing. It's just all about testing, like we just discussed. It's, you got to try different things, try different audiences, try different visuals, try all those different things, and when it hits, you'll know.
Right.
But it does take an ad budget to be able to get there. But if you do it with video, it's such a small ad budget that, you can play a long way compared to a PR release. Think about how much a PR release costs. I don't even know, because I don't do much with that, but I think it's in the thousands.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to retain a PR firm on the low end, it's going to be $1,000 a month. Right. Yeah. And they're going to target a couple of things for you, and it's a 12-month contract. So it's in the thousands.
Yep.
And you can set a Facebook budget for, we talk about like $1 a day or $5 a day.
That's what, Dennis, you actually preach, is $1 a day. It's $1 a day to test this ad, see how it works, and then go, and then if it's picked up, if it's working, you can up that budget a little bit and play with that a lot. So it's well worth testing it out. It is back to lead gen. It is a lead gen, but this is a different type of lead gen, doing the PR side of it.
Future show idea, we should maybe, and because we can do a screen share with this platform, we should do one on reading Facebook analytics. Right. So you can actually take a look. Maybe it's, hey, this is how we target, and this is what it looks like when you do it right, or what it looks like when you do it wrong, just so you know what you should be looking for and what you can expect. I think that might be of value. Ernie, would that be of value?
Yes. And I do also have that in my online course.
Oh, you do? Well, then forget doing it as a show. Just sign up for Janet's online course.
Social Strategies 101. There you go.
Social
strategies. I kind of walk through it in a light format on how to read it. But, in reality, it changes all the time. And there's, different things to look for all the time too.
Excellent. Well, this was very cool. I think this was informative. Anything else that they should know about these three areas?
No, but let's add an action step.
Okay.
Do something that is a funnel don't just have a website sitting up there. with no true conversion piece. I mean, if you think you put up a website and you can post on social media to get sales, it's few and far between that's going to happen. So think about what is your funnel going to look like, and start with something. And even if you want to start a group that maybe you don't even know what the product is 6 months down the road, but you know the general, topic, start it now. Get it going. Do something where you can funnel to make a sale in the end.
And the best way, if you're not sure exactly where you're going to go, find groups that are like the ones you want to create.
Great tip.
And start engaging in those groups. And by engaging, I don't mean just broadcast and throw information out. We have so many people doing that. Engage by going in and commenting on the stuff that's already there. Add value to what's there, because an insightful or thoughtful comment will reflect better on you most times than some broadcasted promotional message that you're just drive-by throwing out in the groups.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Cool.
Awesome. That's it. So where can they find us? Well, we have a group. Speaking of groups.
We have a group, don't we?
businessgrowthtime.xyz. I've gotten good at saying that finally.
You have. It's only been like 7 months. So you're like on it, sister. I like it. .xyz. Forget that .com stuff. Unless, of course, you want to go see our videos or our podcast. Where you go to businessgrowthtime.com. For our podcast, you just go /podcast. And then you're able to see the 80 plus shows with some really cool folks that have been on.
We have had some fantastic guests. Yes, we have.
Stuff. And all it's all about is helping you grow your business. That's what we've done. And that's why we're here. So join the group, participate, play along, add to the conversation. Janet, thank you. That was fantastic information and really spur of the moment. I like that. And frankly, this was a lot of fun. So
thank you, guys. Thank you, Ernie. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Have a good one. We'll see you soon.